Alrighty. So we made it.
Yes, we did.
When did it start?
A very long time ago. It's been a journey. We've been planning this for so long. My name is Erin.
And I'm Adama.
And welcome to Two Real Podcasts.
Yay.
So we're hoping to entertain you guys, and not only entertain, we want to educate and inform you on all things real estate adjacent, any information that could be helpful to everyone in the community, not just locally here for Bahamians, but also to our international clients as well.
Yeah. And everything else in between. Some fun
Right.
stuff mixed in there.
Yeah, so we want to give you guys some fun stuff like lifestyle content. We'll have a lot of our friends that are in the architectural industry, interior design, banking, definitely.
Lawyers. All that fun stuff. Just helping you, informing you, answering the questions that you have. Because there is a lot of questions when it comes to real estate that, you know, if you've never purchased, you wouldn't know. Yeah?
Exactly, yeah. And there's always these little details that you never think about. It's in particular the closing costs. We never realize that along with your, let's say, 5 or 10% that you have to make with the bank, you may need to come up with some additional funds like 2.5% for your attorney. It could be more, it could be less. Then you also have to pay for your stamp tax and your VAT tax, you know, all these different things. So we're here to guide you through that process to give you a more informed decision when you're about to make this big leap into your new life.
A huge investment, yeah, because it's a big deal. It's you want to avoid any potholes and any bumps in the road. And I actually got an email today from somebody on TikTok. She found me on TikTok, and she said, "What's the purpose of a realtor?" And I loved that question because it was like, it was good to answer that. So she's like, "Do you really need a realtor?" And I was like, "Yep," because, you know. And then I went into the details of how we help them to avoid so many different pitfalls. How one, it's no cost. That was the you know, it's no cost to the buyer. We are paid by the vendor. So, you know, all of that good stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, so I'm happy you said that too, because I had a thing today as well on social media. I had a comment in a group that I'm in on Facebook where someone in the group had posted an apartment for rent, and it was just really ridiculous. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo that they had rented for $1,200, right? And it was a little too good to be true because it was really modern, and it honestly was valued just from our knowledge that we have about $4,500. Yeah. And so a lot of people in the comments were like, "Oh, that's too good to be true."
What area was it in?
They didn't. I think it was Carmichael. It was in. And it was just oddly priced. And then in the caption, the person wanted a job letter, first and last month's rent, a security deposit. And it was just like a bunch of personal information they needed. And you don't necessarily need that. So I had to make a comment to let them know that, hey, when you're going onto platforms like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you have to be so careful and particular because there are a lot of scammers that are taking photos from real estate companies and posting them on the social media platforms. They're getting gullible persons in, collecting their money, and then they ghost them. You never see them. They never see the property or anything like that. So you'll be out thousands of dollars, you know, and it's a lot of due diligence that you need to do. And it's like Adama said, you will not be paid. You know, you don't have to pay us anything. That comes from the vendor side, which is meaning the person is either going to be selling or renting that property. So with this podcast, we want to cover all of those things in great detail to help everyone to make an informed decision. And it doesn't matter what your income is, a real estate agent is here to protect your interests and your money.
So I guess we should tell our audience a little bit about us.
Sure.
Who we are, how long we've been in the industry. Well, I am Adama Hunt. I've been in the industry for a little over 15 years. Oof. Sales agent, travelers. The stories I could tell. So sales agent and appraiser. A mom of 3 girls. And I honestly love what I do. I love the flexibility. It ain't easy though. It's not easy as selling Sunset and all those Beverly Hills, whatever, how they make it seem. But yeah.
So I'm Erin Surujlal. I've been in real estate now. I've had my license for 4 years. Feels like 40, but I've had it for 4 years. I got into real estate because I told myself when I was in my early 30s that I wanted to retire by the time I was 40. If not fully retire, I want to have a bit more flexibility with my life. And, just to control myself, to be able to make my own schedule, relax a little bit.
Yeah.
Little did I know that real estate is not... Real estate takes away a lot of your time. You don't really relax. So it's just like an egg in the face. But it gave me more freedom to have the financial freedom that I wanted in terms of being able to retire myself earlier, which I did accomplish.
Yeah. And I think, I feel like in going into real estate, people think that, okay, I could slack off. I could have a chill job. I ain't got to work a 9-to-5 job, please. You be working 24 hours.
It's a 24-hour job because
7 days a week.
Clients, if you have international clients, they're on different time zones.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly looking at my watch and I'm like, okay, if it's 3 o'clock here, it might be 10 o'clock there.
Time.
And I have to readjust my schedule, readjust my time just to be able to accommodate my clients. And it's not as easy. And then it could be a nice evening out with your family or a holiday. And you have some persons that may not celebrate like a Christmas or an Easter. So
they're calling you, Joe.
Exactly. You got to respect them and their religious beliefs. Exactly.
Go outside and take a call. And the thing is, the industry is growing. The real estate industry is growing. So there's so many agents and there's only so much inventory. Yep. So if you get a lead, that's like gold. Like you don't want to drop the ball. You want to answer the call. So therefore, you're almost like on call at all times.
Exactly.
If you appreciate those leads,
Yeah, and working on commission, you know, everyone looks at, oh, you guys make so much money. When you break that down, it's not really that much. Some transactions can take you 3 to 6 months to get your money. You have some that can take you up to a year to get your money. So you could imagine servicing one client and you're putting in so much time and effort, and you may or may not get paid at the end of that transaction for 8 months.
Yeah.
So that's like you showing up to your job every day, you're 9 to 5.
For 8 months.
For 8 months, and you're not getting paid. Somehow you got to pay your mortgage, your rent, utility bills, if you got kids, school fee, living expenses, emergencies, insurances, like the list could go on and on and on. So
along with the operating costs of running a business
and then
being
that's
a realtor.
Another thing too, the business. See, we have nothing but episodes for you guys to really inform you, because you may see someone and say, oh, well, you got $10,000. Yeah, this check might be $10,000, but you got to think about the 6 months when I did not have any money. So all of those bills that I am behind on,
that $10,000 paying off some old bills.
You may be left with something you can stick in your pocket, you know. So it's a lot to it that we want to work through with everyone, so you can have a better understanding and a better appreciation for your agent.
Definitely. As well as I think that a lot of people are interested in joining the real estate field as a career. And I wish I had somebody in the beginning to help me and guide me as to choosing the right firm, choosing the right broker, what to look for. So we're going to do all of that in the upcoming episodes, and, just trying to educate everybody on that, in that area.
Yeah, and definitely let us know in the comments, what do you want to know? Like, if you're interested in being an agent, how do you become an agent? We can answer those questions. If you're interested in purchasing a property, if you're interested in renting, leasing a property, you can let us know. If you have any questions about that, if you want to list your property, let us know. We can answer those questions. And any other lifestyle question that you may have, just send us any of your information.
Even some personal questions, nothing too personal, but
Mind yourself.
Yeah. Keep it clean.
So
keep it classy.
We're on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok, so we're
trying to get everywhere, and Spotify and Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. So wherever we are, follow us, please, so you don't miss out. Yes, please and thank you.
So
and share it with anybody that you think
could value this information.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so we want to keep it light and friendly. We want to entertain you. We don't want it to be too robotic and very mundane. We want it to be entertaining, interactive, and heck, if you want to come and be a guest on the podcast,
if you feel like you have something to share that'll be valuable to our listeners, definitely reach out to us on either the social media platforms or we have our email address. We got to share that too.
Yeah,
we'll put that on there.
Yeah,
in the description.
Another thing we want to say too is that again, we welcome all questions in our all real estate related questions. You know, you can ask some personal ones, but let's, like Adama says, keep it PG.
Keep it clean.
We want you to ask any real estate question. No question is a dumb question. There are a lot of people that are misinformed about the real estate process, and please stop taking advice from persons that have never purchased real estate or have never been through the process of purchasing real estate. It's a lot of misinformation out there, and it's turning off a lot of young persons that are eager to invest. So speak with a professional. You can always vet us out. We're a part of the Bahamas Real Estate Association. You have to be a licensed agent. We're both licensed agents in the Bahamas. So go to that and you can see all of our credentials.
Sounds good.
Great.
Look forward to many more episodes.
Yeah, so stay tuned for episode 2. Follow our social media.